Yeah? All right. Hey, everybody. It's Friday, Festool Friday. That means it's noon, according to our Eastern Standard Time here on our wonderful clock. And that means it's what? Festool Live time. Woo! Episode 158. So let's do this. Let's introduce to the room. Hey, over here we have Dan the Man. Woo! Check out those new shades. Over here we have Minnie. Woo! Hey, is that Sophia Loren? Oh, wait a minute. What? Over here, look, I think that's Bill Shakespeare. All right, and right over here, the unit has on his sunglasses, and these are available at, it's Festool Fan Shop, right, .com? Yes, okay. And the other thing I want to point out is Brent is on the line answering all your questions. And with the Festool Fan Shop, I was blessed to get this. It's my favorite new crew neck. That's on Festool Fan Shop. So check it out, everybody. This is super cozy warm, and it's got my favorite symbol, the Festool T-Lock. All right, I'm gonna set that over here. You can also get all this other wonderful apparel. How'd that sound? Fantastic. Minnie, was that good?
I love it.
All right, good. Okay, let's get down to some really cool announcements. Woo! Festool Live is going on the road next week. Check it out. We'll be at Hatfield Hardware and Lumber in Ohio, and at 12 noon, we'll be up on stage doing Festool Live. So be there. We got one heck of a crowd showing up. Everybody's checking in. And important, Minnie just reminded me of this. Tomorrow, here in the States, is Veterans Day. We want to thank all those people out there who have protected us over the years, and thank you for your service. 11/11, Saturday is Veterans Day. Thank you so much. I'll be spending it in the afternoon with one of my favorite veterans. Okay, let's see. What else I got to announce? I think that's it, Min.
Yep.
Woo! Oh, even more important. Guess what just got released this week on YouTube?
Oh, what?
A build series.
Oh, wow.
And it's with Brent. Go check it out. Mary Ann saw it, came across her feed, and guess what I have to build? Thanks a lot, Brent.
No kidding.
Daggone it. Okay,
beautiful.
Guys, everybody go check out the build series. They're wonderful. You actually see where the Festool tools, what you can build with them. All right, so today is one of those things you see in the catalog that says FastFix. And what does that mean? You'll understand at the end of this Festool Live episode what FastFix means. It's a variety of things, but always remember this. It's time for change. Wait for it. Wait for it. Hey, is that Sophia Loren? Okay, never mind. Okay, everybody, don't forget to tell Minnie where you're from. She's writing a mile a minute right now. Okay, so you see FastFix on a lot of tools. It's called out. Sometimes it's not. What it means, and when I say it's time for change, it means you're changing maybe a pad, a drill chuck, a saw blade. And when I say saw blade, it could be a Kapex blade, a track saw blade, a Kapex blade. Am I covering all of those today? Yes. So, do you guys know all our blades and pads are color-coded? Watch. If we come over here, check this out. Hey, and I don't use the sunglasses for this because it kind of throws off the color. I'm just kidding. Okay. When you see yellow in the Festool saw blades, this is for the TS60 and C50, the cordless table saw. These blades, they're all color-coded, and they always have been. When you see yellow, it means it's for wood. When you see blue, it means it's for aluminum, non-ferrous metals. When you see red, that is for laminate flooring, for mica countertops, and we use it for Lexans and plastics too, the triple trip grinds. But did you know, hang on, I'm skipping. In green is for specialty products. This is a 4-tooth polycrystalline diamond, and that's for cementatious products like backer board or hardy plank, whatever. Okay, now we have the same here in Jigsaw blades, and I'll show you that in a few minutes. Look, plastics, look, all of these for wood, different sets, aluminums and metals and stainless and specialty products. Okay, I just wanted to point that out because a lot of people don't know the color coding of the Festool blades, and it's going to get a little bit deeper in a few minutes. Okay, deeper in depth. Did that come across right, man?
Seriously, the dad jokes?
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Not
I'm getting okay at this, I think. All right. Hey, really quick. We're doing great in this room. How is everybody doing out there? Are you guys ready for a great weekend? We are, for sure. Okay, so, oh, wait a minute. Let's pull out. Look, this is the new TS55, and this is the TS60. You see it right here, FastFix. What FastFix means when you see it, it means you're changing something, like a blade or a pad. So, but here's what's really cool about the Festool system. All right, we just make it wicked easy for you. And we think about a lot of this. If I pull this up, and did you notice I always move this past 1 inch or 25 millimeters. Same thing with this, when I'm moving it down that way there, it has to be past 1 inch for it to lock down. 3 things happen, watch. I open it up. 1, it locks down. 2, the ABBA shaft locks. Okay, but 3, and this is what people don't realize. You see this? The switch locks out. That way there, in case, not everybody releases the plug-it cord, or this with the TS60, it's hardwired. It's just a super duper safety feature. Okay, next. Look, I'm not searching for anything. I just pull the 5mm hex. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spin it off, just like this. And the ABBA shaft's already locked. And every time I do this, I think back to 2003 when I got my first track saw. There wasn't an ABBA lock. There was a pin here on my ATF55, and I had to hold it like this, hold it, and then go get Mikey, my business partner, to hold it again so we could take the blade off. But it didn't matter. It was just a wicked nice saw anyhow. You take the blade off. Okay, now, let's really think about this. Why do you change a blade? Easy. I'm cutting a different material, right? Or I need to get it sharpened. It's dull. It's thrown a tooth. Or a lot of times I coach people on clean the blade, especially if you're cutting resinous and pitchy woods like southern yellow pine, eastern white pine. This gums up. Just go and clean it. Or if you need to get it sharpened, check it out. We have a sharpening service now. It's festoolsharpen.com. Go check it out. It's on our website. It's wonderful. Easy to put back in. This is where I usually cut myself. Okay, so be careful. Slides right back in, like that. And it's keyed. You got these 2 little bumps there. It goes right in. And the other thing I want to teach you on this, that's so important, you don't have to over torque this. All right? So there you go. So there's the track saws. It's the same on the TS60. It's just on the TS60, see how this 5mm is stored there? I'm going to release it, the TS60. The 5mm hex is stored right in there. It's wonderful. All right. Wow, that didn't take too long, did it? So that's why we do it. In the Festool system, whenever I wanted to change a blade on a circular saw, oh my God, I dreaded it. I'd have to go find the wrench first, all right? And then I'd have to go get somebody to hold it to help me, or jam it into a piece of wood. This was pathetically easy. And that is why we wanted to make sure to save you time changing tooling. Whew. Okay, what's next, Chris? Kapex?
Whatever you want.
Wow. Okay, over here. So, with the Kapex, and I'm going to do this, I'm going to remove the base here, okay, just like this. Remember, when you change the blade, make sure it's unplugged or the battery is off the cordless. All right, we have all of these in cordless. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and this is how easy it is to change the blade or put a new blade in. I take it and I rotate it. Sorry it took so long. Right here is the FastFix, and if I take this and I want to switch the blade, it spits it out. That may be hot when you do it. That's why we have it, so it's got a little spring in there to spit it out, and that's how you change the blade. It's that easy. When you change a blade, you gotta do something though. I did this in the episode of the Kapexes, but I wanna do it again. Once you have that, you have to adjust. The Kapex blade is a little bit thicker than this Japanese set blade. So now there's too much wiggle room in there. You can't feel it, maybe you can see it, but I need to adjust the carbide guides right here. So right here is a little hex. I'm gonna take the little hex key. It has to be in 3. I'm gonna take it like this. Don't cut yourself doing it, and it's tight. See how I'm pushing on that? So what I'll do is I usually, when I have that tight, and it's buried into the carbide guides, I go like that. And I'm gonna take that and turn it about an 1/8 of a turn. You see how it came out? And there you go. And now it's just like those cool blocks or bearings on your big bandsaw. That is supporting that blade from deflection in the curve. So you have the ability to achieve that perfect perpendicular cut with a Festool jigsaw. It's just one of those little, how do you say, little attention to details that we have with the Festool system. And then don't forget about the different bases, and you're ready to go. Also, I'm gonna bring this up because this is one of Chris's favorite boards. I'm gonna show it right here. Oh yeah, baby. When I pulled this out this week, he was going, we're talking Kapex. So look at all the different blades we have, and they're all listed here. So you can go back and watch this Festool live and see all the different blades and how I have them labeled. Don't forget about the color coding. All right, so I'm gonna do this next, just because we're talking about saws. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Let's step over here. All right. Minnie, I'm gonna move, I should say, Sophia, I'm gonna move your sunglasses. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna get us ready I'm gonna take the hold down out. And what I like to do, I like to set myself up for success when I'm going to change a blade on the Kapex. Okay, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rotate it here. Chris, come right back here. And stored right back here is a 6mm hex. I'm gonna set that down. I'm gonna bring it right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to pull it out about here. All right, I wanna make my access to the blade really comfortable to change. Also, I'm gonna tilt it to the right ever so slightly. Whenever you tilt the Kapex to the right, turn this knob where it says plus and minus 45. That way there you don't grind it, and lock it in. Okay, see the green button? Oh, I don't think you can see it, but right here it says FastFix. Okay, I'm gonna turn that. Now, 2 things happen. Watch, I'm gonna do this with the blade, and it's gonna lock the arbor shaft, okay? But the second thing it does, it locks out the blade, okay? But I always unplug the Kapex, which I did earlier today. Okay, so there's an arrow here. Okay, and what does that do? That tells you the rotation of the blade. So when I take this and put it in here like this, I'm going to what? That's the direction. That's how I always remember. Pull it toward me. So this is kind of counterintuitive. Is that the right word? Yeah, because this is a righty-loosey, lefty-tighty. Okay, I'm going to take the arbor nut off like this. Boy, this is fun. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to take it off. And you see how I'm holding this up here? The reason I have it tilted is because if I jarred this, this may have come straight down. So what I like to do is I would go and clean this. I've been using this quite some time. It's still, I believe, sharp. But when I put it back on, I want the hole here to fit up under there like this. So I've seen people struggle with this over the years, and when I show them how to tilt it, see how that's being held in place? Then you can go back, and this is keyed as well. You put it on the flats, just like that. And now remember, it's what? And this is where I always get a little confused. It's a lefty-tighty, right? Chris is nodding. The unit is nodding.
That's correct.
All right, so I'm gonna take that and I'll give it a quick tighten. All right, and there you go. Now, there's another benefit. I'm gonna bring this back to 0. There's another benefit of this. And this is something I've seen so many times on job sites or in dealer showrooms, but more so on job sites. See how I can't use this now? So you walk away from your, slide compound miter saw Kapex. You don't want any other guy using it, like the plumber or the electrician or anybody else on there. Guess what? Leave it in FastFix. That way there, they can't cycle it on. All right? But I'm just gonna put it back on there and we're ready to rock and roll, and I'll store that in a few minutes. All right, so for the Kapex, we have the blade that comes with it is a 60 tooth blade. It's phenomenal, okay? But look, yellow, this is an 80 tooth blade. I know somebody this week, my buddy just bought the 80 tooth because he does really fine detailed moldings like dentals. And then we have this for plastics and laminate flooring. So there you go. That's a triple chip grind. That's an alternating top bevel. And the other blade, see how it's yellow on here? That's also an alternating top bevel. When you look at a Festool blade, all of that's described on there. The size of the arbor hole, the rake of it's all, well, come over here, Chris, let's look at it. The legend, I call it, on any blade is right here, and hopefully we can see that. But you'll see what the alternating top bevel degree is ground out. You'll see what the rake is, and all your information is right up here. Like this is 168 millimeter, 1.8 millimeter, that's the thickness of the curve, and a 20 millimeter bore, okay? For your arbor. I always like to teach people blade technology. All right, I think I'm gonna jump over here. Follow me there, unit, over here, because I've talked about drills for the last 2 Festool episodes. And I've called it out, but I wanted to call it out again, and this is why I thought about this episode the other day. Is I call it out because that's the way it is. It's called FastFix. And what FastFix is this little stub here and these little points of contact in here. And what goes on are all the different chucks in the Festool FastFix system. That's FastFix, whether it's the 3/8 socket adapter or Centrotech, it all goes on that FastFix stub. The nice thing about all the chucks now is they work, especially my favorite chuck, the eccentric chuck. It locks right on with the CXS12. We don't have a separate set of chucks for that. Or, even more important, remember what I called out last week? Choosing the right, was it last week or the week before? Week before was choosing the right Festool drill, wasn't it? I'm starting to get lost all these episodes. The eccentric chuck now fits on the TPC. I gotta get used to these acronyms. Whew. Okay, so it works with, and the one-all beat-all system for me are these 2 drills, the CXS12 and the TPC. The rest are fantastic. So go to a dealer and check out which one's for you. Everybody I have shown the CXS18 picks it up, and they go, man, I want that little extra torque. It used to be where we used to have to teach everybody, well, the eccentric chuck is not available for the CXS12, the old version. Now it is, and this is super lightweight. And of course, I think everybody in this room, everybody out there now on Festool Live knows this is my favorite drill. I just love it. Okay. This is the one I don't think too many people know about, but it is fantastic. I think I've covered everything. Now I'm down to here because this is where I wanted to end up. And I see people struggle with this. But if you've ever purchased any other brand of sanders, the pads wear out. Not the paper, of course, wears out, but pads wear out eventually, okay? So your paper doesn't stick well to it. It's inevitable. It's a consumable, as well as the paper, okay? But importantly, you need to change the pad for different applications in the Festool system. And a lot of people don't know that. So what's the problem? It's a royal pain in the patoot when you got to go change a pad. You got to go find that hex key to change it, and you got to hold the pad or anything. With the Festool system, it's wicked easy. But I want to coach you through it, okay? So here's the RO150. And I've gotten a lot of calls. I can't change my pad. I'm pressing this. That's the FastFix button. You see the arrows that are going up and up like that? If you press it in, you can't do it. You got to press it up and in. But there's another component to this. I still can't spin it off. It has to be, and you'll hear the pin click in, Rotex. So I can spin that right off. That's the medium pad, okay? Or we call it soft. This one for finishing finishes is the super soft pad, and then we have the hard pad, okay, for keeping it really stout on edges. I use this a lot. You may see that in other videos that I do. I like the hard pad because when I'm fairing a tabletop, it doesn't follow the dips. I can fair it out a little bit easier. But there's another pad in an arsenal, and I think I talked about this in polishing. This is the backing pad, and this is one that people go, oh, that's a 5-inch pad. No, it's not. It's actually, ooh, let me do this. It is in the arsenal. That is actually it is a 5-inch pad. So why is it a 5-inch pad? They think this goes on the RO 125. It doesn't. The RO 125 has a different system. It's a little bit smaller. The reason you have this is the backing pad for polishing. There's no holes. You don't need holes, okay? I've had this for some time. And when you put it on, this, if I'm going up against an adjacent surface, I can hit it with the sponge or the sheepskin pad. It kind of wraps up around it when you're using this, okay? So this is for the 6-inch. Green means it's polishing, backing pad. Blue means they're hard pads. Gray means they're super soft. And the soft pads that go on the Rotex RO 150 is right here. I think I got that right. Whoopsie. So now you know how to change the pad and just be patient, and it spins all the way on, just like that. Woo! Okay, so I'm gonna set that there. Now, just remember, it's that button you gotta press. Same thing with the 125. Make sure it's in Rotex mode, the bigger dots. But to hold the pad in or lock the arbor, hopefully we can see this. There's a little arrow. See how I'm trying to press that in? I can barely do it. What I gotta do is press it over and push it in, and then I can spin the pad on. And you'll see, that is the RO 125 pad. It spins on really easy, and you lock that in, but you have to take that button, press it over, and then press it in. Okay, now the RO 90 is a 3.5 inch. Let me just take my tape measure so we can see that. 90 means it's 90 millimeters. But when you look at it, it's a 3.5 inch pad. Okay, that's for the States there in Canada. All right, now to change the pad, I think I've said this 100 times on live. You have 3 modes, okay? And I'm gonna put this pad on. Let me just change the pad. You put it in detail, okay? But I put these on this week for a training and everybody got it. This has 3 modes, okay? You have random orbit, Rotex, and orbital. Orbital is like our detail sander or our adjacent sanding surface sander, the DTS 400, RTS 400. Those are just vibrating, okay? And you gotta move them, but they're fantastic for finishing. I'm gonna turn this on so you can see the 3 modes here. And a lot of people don't know you can leave the round pad on for orbital. So I'm gonna put that on. I'm gonna take it so you can see it. I have, and I'll just do it here on the MFT, I have random orbit, okay? And remember in random orbit, when I put pressure, you see the lines? I can stop the pad, right? In Rotex, it's locked in, it's now geared. I can put a ton of pressure and I'm not stopping it. It's a geared random orbit. But when I slip it over, and I'll just turn it so it locks in, see that? Everybody thinks you gotta put the detail pad on. You don't. Look at that. And that becomes a real fine or less aggressive sander. And a lot of people don't know that. Okay, they just think you have to put this pad on. And guess what? Now you have an orbital sander, but to get where you need to get. Okay, there's so much to know about the RO 90, and I will cover that probably in January on a future Festool Live, because I was going back through the list and I didn't concentrate all one episode on this, and I got a lot planned for this. So I don't want to get into too much and reveal too much. But if you have this sander, I am going to teach you a lot of things on it. All right, I see Minnie going yes over there. That means she's got a lot of names to read off. I'm just checking to see if I've covered everything. I think I have. Chris, I get the thumbs up.
Yep.
Thank you, unit. All right, everybody. Two things I called out today I want to go back to before I read off names. We have a shopping service. It's called festoolshopping.com. And everybody has been asking, where do you get your t-shirts? Where do you get your crew necks? Where'd you get those cool? We have them now. And it's on festoolfanshop.com. So that's one of those things that I want to make sure you guys all know about. It's wicked cool. Okay, so, wow. Minnie,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you the Best Printer Award.
Oh, today it was good.
Man, you printed a lot, huh?
I am.
All right. Okay, so let's do it. We got Joe from Waseca, Illinois. We have Ed from the Big Island. I would say that is in Hawaii. We have Mike M., my main man Mike, brother from another mother from Austin, Texas. We have Yizu from Paramaribo, Suriname. We have Michelle from Paris, France. Dominic from Dedham, Mass. Jeffrey from Boise, Idaho. We have Mac from Springfield, Maryland, Woodcraft. Ed from Douglasville, Georgia. Johnny Ringo from Searsport, Maine. We have Paul, Cheryl, Sam from Anthem, Arizona. Riccardo from Lake Como, Italy. That is cool. Riccardo's been there with us before, amen? Okay. We have Doug from Zionsville. Hi, baby Poppy. Hi, with baby Poppy.
Hawaii.
He's in Hawaii, Doug?
Last week he was getting a grandbaby.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got one.
Doug, man, that is awesome. Congratulations. That's awesome. We have Norman from hey, Norman, happy birthday. He's not from Happy Birthday. Minnie, I'm off, babe. All right, he's from Frankfurt, Germany. We have Ray from Pensacola, Florida. Chris from Malta. Chris, you're a super fan of Festool Live. We appreciate it. Like a lot of these folks, they're here every week. We have Dave from Portland, Oregon. Rick from sunny Blackpool. That's in England. That's in UK, isn't it? Awesome. We have Stevie Z. You know what we had to do? We had to do a Festool Live tour. UK, Ireland, Scotland,
I'm in.
Wales. We all in? Dan, you up for it?
Yep.
Dan's driving. All right, we have Stevie Z from New Zealand, Bilbo from Denmark, Sam from Kingston, New York, Dale from Swaddlingcote, England. We have Jason from Flint, Michigan, West Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, baby. We have Russ from, is that West from Brooklyn, New York? I don't know. It's West.
That's what they said.
All right. Hey, we have Russ, my main man Russ from Chichester. Mac from Los Angeles, California. Norman, how are you from Los Angeles, California? Hey, that's a two-pack from LA. All right. We have Chris from Springfield, Oregon. Chris from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Jacob from Rhode Island. Julian from Lausanne, Switzerland. Ernesto from San Fran, California. Wow. Oh, my God. It's him, Minnie. I'm going to see him next week. I know he's going to be there. It's Dirk from Dayton. All right, we have Chris. Are you okay? We have Jason and Yana from Granite Falls, Washington. Andy G from Enfield, Connecticut. We have Leo from Holland. Gerald from DeRidda, LA. I think that's Louisiana. Richard and George, the snoring dog, from Newcastle von Tyne, England. Stephanie from Dayton. We'll see you next week, Steph. We have Rob from South Devon, England. Dana from Yakult, Washington. Rodrigo from Cali, Colombia, South America. Is that cool or what? We have Steve from Beers with the Boys. How are you, Steve? Steve from Bellevue, Nebraska. Wow. We have Dale from Johannesburg, South Africa. That is so cool. Rick from Texas, right next door. We have Warren from Batavia, Ohio. Spactrison. That's Willie, isn't it, Minnie? From Herndon, Virginia. Jim from Pensacola, Florida. Michael from Edmonton, Alberta. Jan from Copenhagen, Denmark. John from Peasleyville, New York. I finally get that right. We have Woodcraft Dayton. We have Michael from Puyallup, Washington. Tom and Kelly from Eatonton, Georgia. Bermuda Steve. Tim from Lakeville, Massachusetts. Mac from Anaheim, California. Mark from Krimpen aan de Lek, the Netherlands. Oh my God, I gotta learn this one. Prinhan de Crywos in Elizabeth, Leon Fair, Puyella, Windgill, North Wales. Hopefully I get it right. Oh my God, that take up the whole board, huh, unit? All right, Dan from Wrightstone, New York, Joe and Henry. Woofer, Akron, Ohio, nice.
That's the Boston Terrier.
Oh really, so that's Joe. Hey Joe, we seeing you next week? I hope so. We'll be at Hattville. Johnny from Hoffman Estates, Illinois. Peter Halley. Hi, Peter. How are you? Thanks for doing what you do, brother. Apo from Finland. We have Jeff from Clacksburg, Maryland. Giev from Shaker Heights. Tommy from Scotland. Petri from Yolarvi. And I know that's in Finland. Jerry G. Sugar Grove, Illinois. Monty from Connecticut. Gail from Eden, New York. Scott. Woo! Our regional sales manager of Portland, Oregon. Hey, check it out. He's watching. Whoop, 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 whoop. How you doing, Scott? It was really a pleasure this week to meet you, brother. You're going to do a great job. Seth from Dayton, Ohio. Whew. Seth, hopefully we see you next week. JS from Sweden. Roll from Wolvega, the Netherlands. Matt from Newark, Ohio. Hopefully we see you next week, Matt. Quindlow from Hoxton, London, UK. Nicholas from Belgium. Alex from Moreland, Kansas. Alex, you're awesome, dude. Mike C. from Winchester, Virginia. We got Freeville Willie. That's kind of that rolls off the tongue, don't it? We have the Warped Woodsman. We know you folks. We hung out with you in Oregon. And everybody up there taught me how to pronounce it correctly. Do we have more? Oh my God, Minnie, this is the most ever, I think.
Yeah.
We have Nicholas. Oh, sorry, I just took Minnie out. I don't think she can see with her sunglasses. Oh, she hasn't. She took them off. We have Nicholas from Belgium. We have Massimo from Belgium. That's a 2-pack from Belgium. Stephen from Bright Grove, Ontario. Fish and Doogie. Oh, that is so cool. Fish, is it Fish and Doogie or is it Fish and Doogie?
Fish and Doogie. Fish
and Doogie from Lancaster, PA. I'm probably saying something I shouldn't be. Jurgen from Delft, the Netherlands. Dave and Kim from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Amir from Bartlett, Illinois. Alex from York, Nebraska. It's her. She's with Dave.
Oh, no.
We're going to see you next week, Gwen. It's Gwen. All right, we have Daniel from Bartwil, Switzerland. Michael from Hawaii. Wow. Matt from Tinley Park, Illinois. He puts S's in there. Gary from Beers with the Boys. Stefan from Germany. Minnie, it's gotten to that point you're just abbreviating.
As fast as I can.
Okay, Dan from Kingman, my main man, Dan from Kingman, Arizona. John from Memphis, Tennessee. Dave from Israel, and he's okay. Thinking of you, David. Ronnie Fulton. No way. That's my main man, Ronnie Fulton. Woo! Hey, we have Craig and Bonnie from Virginia, Gaspar, Croatia. Terry from Salt Lake City. Rob from England. Cal from London. Keith from Montana. Robbie Juan Kenobi from Texas. It's Sandy from Maryland. Blake Weber from Novato, California. Warren from Idaho. Carl from Ontario. Ryan from Indy. Oliver. Man, Oliver, was great meeting you last year. Earlier this year, from Southern California. We have Pinch from Indiana. I love that name. Greg from the UK. Jerry from Colorado. Steve from Hattville Hardware. We're going to have so much fun next week. I can't wait. We're there for 2 days. We get in Thursday night for setup. We're going to have so much fun. Tom from Seymour, Indiana. Dave from the Bahamas. Joseph from Bellevue, Nebraska. Frank from Downers Grove. Soren from Denmark. Chris, how you shaking, man? It's crazy, huh?
I'm doing all right.
I can't believe this. Randall from Washington. Leon from Georgia. Chris from Belgium. Brent from Louisville. Cantor 2? Cantor 2 from Frankfurt, Georgia. We have Hoop from North Carolina, and Mr. Shanette from Oahu. Who is it?
Chance it.
Mr.
Chancet.
Oh, hey, how you doing, Mr. Chancet from Oahu? That would be in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Okay, everybody, is that it, Midman?
I am missing someone, but I can't find them.
Oh, okay.
And
Who
I'm
is it?
Sorry, I don't know. It was a hard name for me to write down right away, so I passed.
Oh, and like that other one that takes up the board wasn't had. All right. So, everybody,
But welcome.
once again, I know a lot of people who are veterans, and we really have appreciated your service to our country. It's tomorrow. Make sure you say thank you to all those people who have served. That would be 11/11 of 2023. That would be Saturday. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. What do we always say?
We love you.
We love you. We love you. And man, I can't thank Dan enough and Brent enough for being part of this team. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great weekend. And boy, we are bringing a crew and a half to Hatville Hardware next week. And that's episode 159, and I got a wicked good one planned for you. So be there. Can't wait to meet you. Come say hi, hang out with us. We'll be in the booth the rest of the time at Hatville. Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.